So, and she's straight, so.
And she's straight.
Yeah.
Just my type.
So second, I had this class where a professor made me write like a list of 100 goals and aspirations that I have. And one of the first ones that I wrote down was to meet you guys. So, thank you for the opportunity to meet you guys, to cross one of those things off, and for everything that you do as a band for your fans.
Thank you.
So thank you.
Lists are very important. I don't think tissues are.
Oh, I was just noticing your shirt and
Your whole getup is amazing.
So on to the question, sorry.
Okay,
I know you guys have covered like a lot of songs, and I'm wondering if you guys would ever release an EP with like a bunch of covers.
well, Tegan, I guess I'll take this one.
Do you want to whisper in my ear and I'll speak for you?
The question involved cover songs, and would we ever release an EP of cover songs? Probably not. Just because it seems like so much work to get all the paperwork and stuff like that. And with YouTube and...
But we've done lots of covers.
It's kind of like you could make your own mixtape, really, I guess, of those songs. Kind of for free or whatever, but it's a cool idea though, and maybe it could happen. Oh, sorry.
Well, I was going to say, we've done some, like we did Umbrella, and we covered Dancing in the Dark. We did them and put them online. Yeah. So I don't think it's that big of a stretch to say that we would one day release them, but
not officially, because it would be too expensive, probably.
Okay, so I see.
Thank you so much. I'm glad you like the cover songs. Yeah. Good luck with the rest of your.
I just want to take this time. I don't want to make it about me, but I do have a new record coming out. It's just all cover songs. So okay, we got the red party back there. It's just a Tegan record. So hi.
Hi. Okay, so can I run up for an question?
No. You might get lynched, but sure. Go ahead.
The first one, do you need a sassy gay friend?
Always.
In terms of like touring and stuff, I know you have So Jealous, and you have the Con, and you have Sainthood, and you have your album before then, and this kind of.
Not bad remembering.
That old piece of shit.
Is there any other an album that you really love touring for or touring with, and what was your favorite experience, or is there a favorite place that you went to, venue?
Is that all three questions? I don't know. That one was extremely extensive though, so I might. Okay.
My best friend is going to see you guys on Monday in New York.
Awesome.
And I just want you to embarrass him.
Is he a sassy gay man too? Tell him to put his hand up. Oh, well, thank you for your question and offering your friendship. Sorry, I was what was the first thing? You know what? Every record that we've toured has been really different, because the first two records we toured, we were on our own, Sara and I, so even though the records were done with the band, we relied on just the two of us to entertain the audience, which of course is when Sara and I started to develop the banter you see here tonight. So, we were like, well, we don't have a band, but we have each other. So those records were really different. They were hard and arduous and at times really disappointing, because you would get up on stage and all the thrill of it would be sucked out, because we would just be up there and people would be watching television behind us or whatever. It was horrible. So it's hard to come up with memories from those early tours, but you talk about If It Was You and So Jealous and the Con. That was when Sara and I started to really see a lot more of you, and there was all of a sudden fans and people who knew the songs and had really hilarious T-shirts, a culture around our band started, and that became a really exciting time. So, we could stay here for days talking about all my favorite stories. I wish we had written more of them down. We've exaggerated them now to the point where I'm not sure any of it's even true, but we've done some pretty crazy stuff, and the stuff we really focus on is just the days where Sara and I would actually take the Greyhound across the country, and we'd play a show and then go back to the hotel to shower and then go to the bus depot and take a bus overnight. And
those aren't the good memories.
They're not good memories, but there was lots of really fun stuff that came from that. We really, when they talk about paying your dues, we certainly did that. So I think about those days a lot, because we've become so much more successful than that, and I feel it necessary as a self-deprecating OCD Virgo to constantly remind myself that we could be back on the Greyhound before you know it. Although Sara probably wouldn't go with me, but that's fine. Anyway, so, I mean, yeah, I could talk forever, but we absolutely love touring. A lot of our stories just have to do with these lovely events like this, so, anyway, I hope I answered your question. He's like, I don't remember, did I? We're like making eye contact. I hope, I think we are. So, yeah.
Okay, you have an adorable shirt. It says Sainthood. They probably can't understand TV you're saying.
Well, it says sainthood, but it's spelled like sainthood.
It's really cute.
I think it deserves applause as well. Can you stand up so that everyone can see your outfit, because you look amazing. Really cute. Okay, check this outfit out. Do you have a question for us?
Of course we do.
What's your question?
I'm gonna take
Oh, better sit down.
I was wondering if I could give you a question.
Okay, sure.
Absolutely. Oh my God, for Springsteen t-shirts. That is awesome. Thank you very much. We're having a fan experience here.
This is a book that I found you guys in.
Oh, okay. So this book here is the girls. This is Robin Goodmark's book. So this is one of the lovely women from Northern State who put out this amazing girl rock book. So how to start a rock band when you're a girl, basically.
When I grow up, I really want to be a musician.
You want to be a musician? How old are you right now?
I'm 14.
Oh my gosh. And you're taller than Sarah. It was really nice to meet you. I still can't remember if you asked us a question yet or not, because I'm so flustered and tired.
You're good, right? Do you want to ask another question, or how do you feel? Oh, yeah.
Those are all really good questions. Thank you for being here. 14.
Okay, someone else. Okay. Yep. You there. Yeah. No, no more hugs or being Here's the thing. I know it's so spontaneous sometimes when the hugging starts, but then if you do hug, then basically it'll just be a hug lineup. But it's supposed to be a question and answer.
Perfect. Well, maybe we could compromise it. Everybody in the audience, put this hand up. Your right hand up right now, in the air. Everyone in the audience. I'm waiting. Everyone, you all have like hands from what I can tell. And I see all your right hands. Some of you are making eye contact with me. You still not putting hands on my Something happened during the movie. Okay. Some of you are dicks. Okay, no problem. Put your hands back like this. Pull it back like this, and then let go.
Okay, that was a
Did you have a question that you'd like us? You just want to hug. You're like, I don't want to talk to you bitches. I just want to touch you. Okay. With the clock, please. Are you me? You'd like to know what my tattoo? Uh-oh, we're getting weird. It's like right here.
You know what's so interesting?
I have an answer for it.
I was going to say, before you answer your question about, it's so interesting when we do these Q&As, what people decide to stand up and ask.
I know, really neat.
You all seem to, across the country, different countries, you all ask the same questions. You ask about our tattoos, which I find so fascinating, because I'm not sure if you're asking because you want to get them, or if you're just, it's like a sexy thing, and you're like, I can do it like that. But go ahead and answer it. But it's very interesting to me because I very rarely am interested in other people's tattoos. Like
Sarah can't believe what people are.
I can't. I'm so fascinated.
I've never even asked Sarah what her tattoos were about.
It's true. I have no idea what
you have
tattoos.
I think are you talking about the one with the tiger on it, or are you talking about the Hebrew on there? The Hebrew? Okay, honestly, I got that tattoo when I was 18 years old. My best friend was Jewish, and she wants to be buried in a Jewish cemetery, so apparently you can't. That's not funny, but I don't know why. Death gets me, I immediately start laughing. I did it last Q&A. I laughed about my grandma dying, and I love my grandma, and that's not funny at all. But anyway, okay. Anyway, so she designed this tattoo for me, and I was actually talking about it the other night, because we were at a Q&A in Austin, and someone asked about it, and I was saying that it was my first tattoo. My dad, who's here tonight, first time in Los Angeles. Dad, you bought me my first tattoo, right? Yes, you did. Good. I think so. Anyway, I got it, and it's actually Miss Dad's signing autographs now. That girl wants my husband. I'm just kidding. It's just joking. Can't turn it off, folks. Okay. So I got the tattoo, and then basically for the last 12 years, 13 years since, pretty much once a day someone comes up and asks me about it, because apparently a lot of people know Hebrew. And that's cool, but it says many things depending on who you are, but as it turns out, it also says God, which is unfortunate, because it's a tough one to explain to people when you are not overtly religious or at all, actually. But I'm not going to get rid of it because it was my first tattoo, and I think it's important to face your mistakes every day in the mirror or when you're wearing a t-shirt. So, yeah. True. Right? True life lessons with you. I'm going to do a tour, junior highs. Okay. Another question. Yeah, right there on the aisle. Yeah? Oh, sorry. I will. Yep, sure. Mm-hmm.
I guess this is really random, but I was just wondering if you guys would ever want kids one day?
Do we want kids?
What? So awkward.
What's a tattoo mean? Do you want kids?
This is more like a date, really.
Sarah, you go ahead and answer that one.
I think that
Do we want kids?
we both. I do want kids. I do. I
When she goes through puberty.
When I do want kids. I have very weird concerns about children. Like, for example, I'm not sure I'm going to be able to carry, not physically carry a child, but literally carry my child past a certain age, and then I worry, like, who's going to carry the kid up the stairs and to the doctor and to swim lessons. Like, at some point, my child will become too heavy for me. And I think about things like that, except that I just saw my wonderful, wonderful lawyer and his wife backstage, and they are just, well, they're our size, and they have 2 children, and they seem to be doing fine. So far. But yes, I think that we talk about having children all the time. But you know, it'll happen to you all. I think a lot of you look like, as I get into my 30s and we tour so much and spend so much time on the road, I start to think like maybe some of the choices that we make in our career down the road, we'd have to sacrifice a lot of what we do, I think, because I don't think Tegan and I don't know, but I think that we would probably have to not tour probably as much. And that makes me feel sort of sad. And so I think that if Tegan decided to have kids, I would want, to try to incorporate that lifestyle onto the road. But then when I think about both of us having kids, it's basically becoming like a partridge family.
We can only hold one kid, the 2 of us.
Sarah
Sarah will take the legs, I'll take the arms.
But yes, why do you have children you need to give up? Or do you have one here today that you...
I have a lot of kid brothers, so you can have anything you want.
That's sweet of you.
Also, I need you guys a snow globe, an alligator snow globe.
I'll come collect it.
Right now, everyone's rifling through their bags looking for gifts. They're like, I got you this receipt, Okay, can I take another question?